when when I started working out a while back, I was like 13. It was to look better. It was, purely, for the most part, it was for my image. It was, I wanted to feel happy in my body. And that's almost 8 years ago now. And I was under this impression that I would be so much happier and I'd love my body. But I think I've gotten less happy with my body. And it bothers me that I got less happy with my body. Because I was never what I wanted from that. I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be confident in my body. Like, it was when you start doing something to, improve yourself, you think, yeah, I'm gonna look amazing. I'm gonna be so happy, so proud of myself. I'm gonna show off. And then later on down the road, you become so hyper obsessive with these little things that nobody would notice. I mean, nobody. I'm talking about, I see things in my body. I see how um I see how my rear delts aren't, exactly the way I want them, the exact size. They aren't exactly proportional to my, like, to my side delts, for example. They aren't, or how my biceps aren't, as they don't peak as much as, other people with shorter heads, right? Or how my abs aren't even, they aren't symmetrical. It's things like that. And I wish that I didn't think about that as much. Because if I didn't, right? If I didn't think about that, if I never ran down this spiral, I think I would be happy. But I can't go back, I can't go back at all. I can, if I stop, just stop working out, you'll forget about it. That doesn't work. That'll never work, because now I'm like, damn, I'm way smaller than I was. I need to start again. I need to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I can always be leaner. My triceps can always be bigger. My chest can always be bigger. My back can be wider. It can be thicker. It can be everything. And it's such a bad cycle, and I don't know how to fix it. I've kind of just lived with it for most of my life, right? When I started, I count my food down to the gram. I count every single calorie I eat. Even a donut hole, I start stressing about, I ate too much. This and that. I'm ruining everything. I've ruined my workout. I've ruined this and that. Everything is down to a point for me. And no matter what, I'll never be satisfied. I've had huge hits, right? When I was 14 turning 15, when I benched 225, right? Huge milestone. I benched 315 at that, I squatted 315 at that age. I deadlifted 420 at that age. I was never satisfied. I thought I was still weak. Fast forward to me being 16, I was benching 315 at that point. I was incline benching 285 for working sets. I messed up my knees, so my squat went down a little bit. My deadlift was almost to like 500 pounds by the time I was 16. I was going through these milestones like nothing. And I never felt satisfied with how I was, I never felt satisfied. My strongest lifts ever, I still was never satisfied. I hated it. I hated how I was. I hated how I looked. I hated everything, because I knew I could be stronger. There's stronger people out there. So why isn't that me? It was one of those things. I always wanted to be better. I could never handle just being me. I could never handle with being satisfied with my own achievements. I had to compare myself to everything in my life, to everybody else in my life, everybody around me, social media, people I see at the gym, everything, right? And that hurts. It goes so much deeper than that. It goes down to even clothes. I I hate wearing like short sleeves. I hate wearing shorts. I hate wearing this and that. What I do is I wear baggy clothes every time. I'll always have a hoodie on. I'll always have sweats on. I'll always have pants on. I have something on, cover my entire body, because I am disgusted in how I look, and I hate that. I hate how it is. I just wish I was different, you know? I wish I looked different. I wish I was the perfect insertions. I wish I had the perfect amount of muscle, perfect leanness, the perfect insertions, the perfect look, like a statue, you know? Like one of those.